Every night my wife is woken by the sound of our daughter's screams. Yet no matter how hard I try to listen, ear pressed against my wife's stomach, I cannot hear a thing. Even from the space station based on the moon, we could see the most catastrophic hurricane recorded, ravaging the Earth. And most horrible was the veiny, bulging eye at the center of the storm that looked right back at us. Torture me all you want. I'm telling you nothing, you terrorist pigs, the man screamed as his captors handcuffed him to a bed. His son cried as the nurse explained that his PTSD was making him hallucinate. I'd been strapped in a chair, beaten with sticks, jabbed with needles, and wheeled back out of rooms still none to the wiser to whom my captors were. As I was taken back to my cell, I caught a glimpse of a sign by the entrance that read, Oakland Care for the Mentally Unwell. My daughter always digs around in the same area of the yard when playing with her new imaginary friend. It never bothered me until she found the bones. Why are you doing this to me? I screamed as the ghost haunting my house whipped a knife past me. But when I turned toward the thud behind me, I saw it embedded in a stranger's head. Pull the trigger. I can't continue living like this, my wife screamed to me as I was building the courage to shoot. As the blast echoed around the room, the guilt was overshadowed with happiness. Because with my dad dead, my wife and I could inherit the life we deserve. I never thought I'd live to see the day of the rapture. The worst part, though, was living to see the day after. The haughty nurse came into my room, bundle in hand, and said snidely, I guess even the worst mothers should be able to hold their child. I gagged and cried as what she said on my lap, because I had an abortion. There are 15 different ways you can cook a human, she told me at the end of our date, as I sat there screaming. None of my online friends has achieved all 15 before the person dies, but I've got a good feeling about today. My daughter cried as she bent over the toilet, puking again. When she was done, I handed her the spoon again. So, doctor, how long till I'm outfitted with my prosthetic? The man asked as I administered his anesthesia. Doctor? I chuckled. No one here has been to a medical school a day in their lives. I went to the hospital because I had a bloody nose that wouldn't stop dripping. The police showed up after the lab tested the leaking blood and discovered that it didn't match my blood type. I was the last survivor on a spaceship going nowhere, forever, until I wasn't. I watched somberly as the light left my grandson's eyes. Unfortunately, it needed to be done so I could get his ticket. If anyone deserves to go to Wonka's factory, it's me. The worst part wasn't finding out I'd been under a CIA mind control experiment for the first 25 years of my life. It was the realization that the urges didn't start until my 26th birthday. Something seemed off about the stranger's eyes. When they hatched, I finally understood why. It changes a person to see the life leave another's eyes. It changes a person even more to see the life return to those dead eyes. So remind me, what was that just finished running in my IV? Asked Mrs. Markle. The tired nurse rolled her eyes and replied, That was your chemo infusion, Miss Smith.